What's up, guys? So today I got a thing I'm gonna do. Some of you guys may have noticed the MG that's been sitting in my garage for a while, and it's my mom's car. She kind of bought it out of like impulse, and we've owned it for 2 or 3 years, and it's probably driven about 20 miles the entire time. So today I'm gonna get it cleaned up, looking nice, slap a for sale sign on it, and we'll see where it takes us. Just gonna do some valve cover painting, because I'll show you guys here. The valve cover is not the prettiest of them. Over the years I've done some work to it. Before the YouTube channel, I've put new coil on there, I put a new brake master cylinder in there, I put all new ignition, new cap rotor. We sent this out, the carburetor out to get rebuilt, and you know, it's been sitting around. You know, my mom had a grand idea that she's gonna drive this thing around. You know, it's gonna look good, but it's standard, it's hard to get into, and she just doesn't really, she's not the strongest standard driver. She wanted me to teach her in this car, but it's just tiny. It makes my Miata look like a Cadillac, basically. So today we're gonna pretty it up, and later on in the day, when the shadow kind of reaches the car, I'll be painting on the car. But for right now, let's go paint this valve cover up. It looks like there's only a couple of bolts holding this valve cover in. In front of this right here, it looks like it's just 2 screws here. I'm gonna take them off and see if that works. Apparently someone replaced the valve cover gasket at some point. Don't know if that's true or not. I just took a pair of rib joint pliers, put it on the handle, give me more leverage to turn it. I did just drive this back from the auto parts store to get some paint to match it as best I can. So it's probably going to be freaking hot. So I'm just going to pop that off, test to make sure it's not too hot. Here we go. If you're doing this, it's a really good indication. Looking at your valve cover, it's a very good indication of how well maintained the car is. You know, this car has probably missed a few oil changes. You can tell by how dirty all this is, but it's not too bad, honestly. I've seen a lot worse, especially even on newer cars. I've seen a lot worse. So for the age of the car, not terrible. Now I have it in the garage away from the sun. I'm gonna prep it first. I got it on a piece of plywood so we don't get paint on the floor. Got some sandpaper here. I got a variety pack. The lower the number with sandpaper, the more aggressive it is. So with something like this, where we're stripping the old paint, getting some of that rust off, I'm going to be using like the 80 grit. And you know, 400 or 1500, that's going to be more for paint work. If you're doing paint work on the body of the car, you're going to want to use that, you know, for body filler or to get any imperfections out. But for now, I'm going to grab the 80 out of this kit, and we're going to start walking along on this. Paint right off. Hey Mick. I think the people are getting bored. Throw a random picture of a dog up here. Yeah, the left corner. Alright, yeah, thanks. Now do a cat juggling and failing. Yeah, that's good. Home stretch. Hey Mickey, play some like action music right now. Some like intense music. done, I'm just gonna go turn off the camera for a little bit, save some battery life, and I'm gonna get all the mini details, and I'll turn you guys back on in a second. So I got it pretty close. I got most of the orange off. You know, some of these areas here, they're just a pain to get to. If I had a wire brush, or even if I could get it sandblasted, I would have, but it's not a show car. I'm just trying to make it look better than it was. So, I did get some new paint. I use engine paint. I always use like an engine enamel because they withstand a lot of heat and these get really hot. What's this one say? Up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Should be plenty enough. She ain't a high horsepower muscle car like in the picture, so should work out pretty good. I did have a video prior recorded regarding painting, but I don't think I'm going to post it, so I'm going to do a painting tutorial again. So prep is always the first thing you want to do. Like I said, remove all the old paint. You want to make the surface more abrasive if it's aluminum or a really soft steel. See all these scratches on it? That's going to help the paint etch on there. And if it's not really possible to make it more abrasive, you should really use a primer with engine paint. I think it'll be okay, especially since I did so much prep on it. So next is to clean it and make sure it's nice and clean. Get yourself a microfiber towel. If you have any brake cleaner, or if you have some wax and grease remover, or even some alcohol, if you can find it nowadays, just clean it up. Make sure there's no oily substances on it, because it'll ruin your paint. And after that, all you really got to do is tape off any areas you don't want to get painted. So for example, I'm probably going to want to paint this white, black. I have a black that I'm probably going to paint that. But other than that, everything else is removed. The interior isn't really in trouble of getting a lot of paint in besides these two holes. So I'm probably just going to put a little bit of tape on each side and underneath each hole, and we'll be good. So let me get the taping and cleaning, and I'll be right back. So I got everything all taped up here. The places I don't want it, I got some tape on the inside. It was kind of hard with all the oil, but I wiped it down and it's good enough. Taped up the hole here because I don't want a lot of tape going on the inside, like I said earlier. And I left a little bit open here so it can be yellow, but I wanted the mating surface where the hose goes to be good, so I just taped that up right there. So we should be good right now, and it's time to start painting. If you get a can of paint, spray paint, and especially if it's a new one, what you want to do is you want to shake it until the ball inside starts marking up the bottom here. If you read, most cans will tell you that. And all that does is make sure it ensures that the paint is well mixed. You see it's already starting to dent it. So see all the dents there? That ensures that there's no film of paint on the bottom. That's the whole point of that marble, is to make sure it's mixed. This nozzle sprays very well. I've never had a problem with it. And I always spend a couple more bucks on Duplicolor just because it always sprays really nicely. So you want to make sure you want to center the piece that you're painting. You want to keep it away from, you know, things around you. So I'll probably end up moving this back in just a second. And it's just as simple as spraying it. You want to go evenly, left and right, up and down, whichever way you see fit. With this nozzle, it works the best left and right. Back here. Let me see if I can do this without getting paint on the camera, which sucks. And also, when you're done spray painting, face the can upside down and spray like a cardboard box or something upside down. Because what that does is it clears the nozzle. Especially these nozzles, they like to get clogged up very easily. Alright, and let's get to painting. Alright, and just like that, I'm going to let that sit. See what the can says. 10 minutes between coats. So I'm going to wait 10 minutes, and we'll see after that. Alright, so we got it all painted up. I had to do 3 coats, 2 light coats and 1 medium coat, and then just let it sit for an hour. And everything is pretty good. I painted the cap black, the screws black, and everything else yellow. So it's just gonna be as simple as putting those 2 screws back on and the hose. Here she is. Looks a heck of a lot better. You know, this is not a show car or anything like that, but it's gonna be a little bit nicer to sell and a little bit easier to sell. Hey, thanks for watching the video today, guys. Please leave a like, maybe a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching again. Gonna be moving soon, so it might be a little bit of a delay for the next video, but I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, have an awesome one. Bye.